Let's try a basic systems of equations question involving money. You buy 14 movies. Some movies cost $20 each. The rest cost $15 each. You spend a total of $250. How many $20 movies did you buy? Let's read the question. How many? How many? This will give us a hint as to how we should define our variables. Let X be the number of $20 movies. Let Y be the number of $15 movies. Sorry about my handwriting. I think I'm a doctor in some other lifetime. So X plus Y, rereading the question, is 14. Because we have this many movies and this many movies, and when you add them up, you have a total of 14 movies. Look at what other information we're given. We're given $20 and $15. When we're talking about number of items and value per item, you multiply. So when we say that we have a certain number of X videos, we say 20X plus 15Y equals the total amount, which is 250. Think about it. We have this many movies, and multiplied by the cost per movie is the total money, the total cost, the total spent. So if we spend this much on these movies, and we spend this much on these movies, we're going to get a total of 250. That's how much we spent. And this is the hard part. Coming up with equations is the hard part. So now that we've done the dirty work, the key is to answer the question, how many $20 movies? We're talking about X. Solve X. So in some other videos, I might have done the elimination method, but in this case, I'll just use substitution method to mix it up. We want to solve X. To solve for X, when using the substitution method, I'm going to purposely solve the other variable. So I want X. I want X, but I'm going to purposely solve for Y. So what ends up happening is Y equals 14 minus X. And this is what Y is. Y is 14 minus X. We're going to plug this value into here. And let's see what happens with equation number 2. 20x plus 15y, which is essentially 14 minus x, is equals to 250. So this is where we use just simple algebra to solve for everything. Using your calculator, 15 times 14 is 210 minus 15x, I'm using distribution here, is equals to 250. So can you see how, even though we want to solve for x, we purposefully take one of the equations and solve for the opposite variable, which is y in this case, and plug it into the other equation so that we end up with all x's. 20x minus 15x is 5x is equals to 250 minus 210, and continuing on with your calculator, we get 5x is equals to 40, divide both sides by 5, we get x is equals to 8. So when you go to the movies, you can say that with certainty that you bought 8 $20 tickets. So the key here is to read the question and use the question to help you define your variables to set it up. And when you're talking about the number of items, they total to a certain amount. Just add these variables, and then when you're talking about money, you know that a certain value per item times the number of items produces the total spending. Super job. Now my question for you is, why would you be spending $250 on movies?